Hey guys, Doberman Philosopher here, making another YouTube video. This one's going to be about Wes Watson. So, Wes Watson is somebody that I've listened to for a couple of years now on YouTube. I was briefly in his program, and he's definitely got a lot of value. He's definitely got a lot of valuable things to say. His message does help some people. His story is really remarkable, but his story is a little too good to be true. And I think it's obvious. I think to a lot of people that really look up to Wes, it's going to come as a shocker because, Wes clearly loves to be put on a pedestal. He's not exactly a humble person, although he claims that he is. Claims he doesn't. He claims that everything he does is for everyone else, but that's obviously not the case. So, Wes Watson is somebody who, number one, is a very low class individual, in my opinion. He calls other men bitches, talks down to people all the time, and he brags and shows off how much money he has by all the shiny cars that he has. I mean, that's what rappers do. That's what that's what entertainers do. Dumb fucks that made money. That's not what sophisticated, intelligent, successful people who have money don't show it off like that. Okay? Wes does. Now, the guy did a 10-year prison stint, so I get it. It's great that he's accomplished what he's accomplished. I think that Wes is very disciplined. I think that he really is about his fitness and about mindset and about that, and he's got a lot of good things to say, but there's a catch to all this, so I'm going to get to this later in the video. But the other thing I don't like about Wes Watson is, the false humility. Claiming that, it's all about others, it's all about helping as many people as he can, when all he does is tear other people apart and talk about how great he is and how disciplined he is, and how he never takes a day off, and how he always gets up at 2:30 in the morning, and how, he never breaks, his diet, and how, when he shows up at the gym, everybody's intimidated by him, and how he's got more money than you, and he's got more followers, and he's got how many cars he's got, or whatever. It's false humility. Wes is an egomaniac. Wes Watson is a bully. Okay? Wes Watson is nothing more than a low-class bully. I don't care how much money you have. Money cannot buy class. Wes, you're gonna fall. If you ever watch this, Wes, I will tell you this. You will fall from grace. And when you do fall from grace, it'll hurt more than the 10 years you served in prison. And you're going to fall because you're a narcissist and you're a sociopath. And those of us who can see that can already see what's going to happen to you. I'm not saying that you're evil. I'm not saying that you're all bad. You have some good in you. You do. You have some value in what you say. But Wes, we all know the truth. It's very obvious that you're on steroids. or testosterone or you are on some sort of gear, because there is no way that the human body is capable of looking that way with these 3D delts and the vascularity that you have in only a couple years since you've been out, that you are, and also the fact that you're now bald, and the rage and the temper, and I mean, you may be an intense guy, but the personality, the look, everything, you're on steroids. Now, Wes, that doesn't take away from your I still think you're an extremely disciplined guy. I still think you're completely committed to fitness. I'm not saying that you don't understand macros. You do. I'm not saying that you haven't helped a lot of people. You have. But you're a liar. Wesley, you're a liar. A lie by omission is still a lie. And that's what you've done. You notice how Wes Watson is somebody who cannot handle being challenged. So he surrounds himself with weaker people who are yes men, who are sycophants. Because Wes can't handle being intellectually challenged. And that's the other reason why he has to, be fully blasted in tattoos and take steroids and be super intense and angry, is that so he doesn't get challenged. So he can intimidate his way out of being challenged, because the reality is that he's just a low-class thug who, is a bully and wants a bunch of, ex-con, drug addict, people that feel like shit about themselves, that are in low places, to emulate him and worship him, and then get some results, and then tell everybody how amazing he is, and now it's all because of Wes Watson. So, you look at the guys in the mastermind program. Oh, I was addicted to drugs. Oh, I was an alcoholic. Oh, I was doing heroin. Oh, I was homeless. Oh, I was, it's all the same story with these guys. It's the same fucking story. They were a fuck up, and then Wes Watson pulled them out of it, and then he started working out. And look, I get it. Working out is great. I work out 5 days a week, twice a day. I love working out. It's a major part of my life. And that's also why this pisses me off, is that I'm somebody that's fully natural. I work my ass off in the gym. I barely ever drink out. I might have 1 or 2 drinks a week. I don't smoke besides cigars. I don't do any drugs. Like, I drink my fucking water. My reverse osmosis water. I drink a gallon a day. I'm really committed to my fitness as well. But I don't go ahead and take steroids and get crazy fucking results and then tell people that, I'm some fucking fitness god. And Wes, you have a following of mostly impressionable, dysfunctional fucking young men who, are gullible as fuck and believe everything you say, and they're gonna think that they're gonna get the same results as you if they just follow a diet program and go to the gym. Are they gonna get good results? I believe they will, because I do think you know what you're talking about when it comes to macros and reps and sets and tempo and time and attention and things like that. But if you just had the honesty to come out and say, yeah, I'm on gear. So what? And if you said something even like, yeah, I'm on gear, but you know what? That doesn't take away from the discipline, the hard work that's done, and you'd be right. Because it doesn't. You wouldn't look like that just from doing gear. You obviously work out. You obviously take your diet seriously. No, I don't think anybody would question that. But you also don't get those results from not taking gear. You're on gear, and you should just admit it. You should have the humility, as you think you try to portray yourself as somebody, even though you do a pretty lousy job of it, and just admit that you're on steroids or some sort of fucking gear. You're on some sort of performance enhancing drug. So he's a bully. He's just a bully. The way he talks down to people. Wes is the type of guy that would smile at you, make you think everything's okay, and then he would hit you in the mouth. He's a thug. And he's trying to, come off as a legitimate, business and motivational coach. And he may be motivational. He is. There's no doubt about it. He's charismatic. He's got intensity and enthusiasm, and he's got results. But to me, not being honest about those steroids, dude, I think that's I'll tell you guys a story. Lyle Alzado. Lyle Alzado was a famous football player. One of my all-time heroes. Guy played for the Raiders. He was Defensive Player of the Year, NFL Comeback Player of the Year, was Super Bowl champion, over 100 career sacks. Would have for sure been a Hall of Famer. Maybe not a first ballot, but he would have got in for sure. Because I look at similar guys' numbers, and they're not as good as him. They didn't win a Super Bowl, whatever, and a Defensive Player of the Year. And right before he died, he got really sick. He had lymphoma of the brain. And he came out and he told the world that he fucked up and that he took steroids. And he did that because he lied about it. He did that because he wanted to use himself as a cautionary tale to try to admonish other young athletes not to do this. And he never ever got into the Hall of Fame. And his name will, even though he did the right thing, he did an honorable thing. He did not have to do this. He could have not said anything and nobody would have known. And he would have probably, even though, albeit posthumously, he would have ended up in the Hall of Fame. And his name would be associated very differently. But he came out and told the truth. He came out and told the truth. Wes Watson, you don't do that. Because Wes Watson doesn't give a fuck about you. Wes Watson only cares about Wes Watson. And he cares about his bank account. And he cares about, stroking his own ego, which he does all the time. And so Wes, if you're watching this, just remember my face. You will fall. And you're gonna fall because you're a fucking liar. And you're lying by omission. It's an old Catholic piece of wisdom. A lie by omission is still a lie. And that's what you've done. And you're leading people astray, and you know you are. And you can't handle it because you will never go on someone's podcast who will call you out or who will question you. You won't do it. Or you're going on other guys' podcasts who are also taking steroids who don't want anyone to know. And, we all know who that is. Mr. Fit Body Boot Camp. Just be real. Be real. No one's ever, it doesn't take away from what you guys have done. It doesn't take away from what you've accomplished, Wes. It makes you even better. It makes you an even better man. It makes you an even better leader, to be fucking honest. It's okay to take steroids. Everybody in bodybuilding does it. We all know this. We know Ronnie Coleman's on the juice. We know Rich Piano is on the juice. But these guys were at least honest about it. Just don't fucking lie. And think that we're not going to call you out, Wes. Big dog. So, that's all I got to say. But remember me, Wes. Remember me.